Guess who the idiot was that recorded a non-audio time-lapse video rather than a normal video? This idiot on screen. You'd think after this long I would have figured this shit out, but clearly not. Nonetheless, this is my last day in Tikal, Belize. I woke up hungover as and just said nah. It was raining again, shitty weather, time to get out of here. So I rushed to the ferry station, got on the ferry, and then was getting ready to head for another 10-hour journey to Flores. Got to Flores, Guatemala at about 8 p.m. Quickly checked into a hostel, went and got some food, and booked a tour for tomorrow to Tikal, Mayan ruins. Finally here. I got pretty much no footage of the trip here or the absolute clusterfuck that it was getting in here. But it took us about 2 hours to get here. I'm quickly learning that 10 a.m. doesn't mean 10 a.m. It's more like 11:30. Tour was supposed to start at 10 a.m. and then didn't get on the bus until 10:15, didn't leave until 11 o'clock, didn't get into this place until pretty much 1:30. So it's been full on day, but we're here now. I've seen a couple of temples so far, but we're about to go into the big main area of the Mayan ruins in Tikal. Our guide, it's been difficult because our guide doesn't speak the greatest English, so I really can't understand him that well. My advice would definitely be to be as prepared as you can, and that's where a mistake I made. I didn't do enough research, didn't really know where I was going. I've just been completely winging it, which has been fun and amazing, but you sort of end up in places like this where it's really, really touristy, and it would have been probably a bit better to go with a smaller group, where it's a bit more intimate, but nonetheless it's been pretty cool so far. So I'm going to go and show you around the rest of the ruins, and if I can understand this guide enough, I can take away from it, give a bit of an explanation about all this stuff that we're about to see. Alright, so Tikal is probably the most iconic and well-known ancient Mayan city. It's located deep in the rainforest of northern Guatemala. It's about 64 km from the tiny town of Flores that I'm staying in, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which makes it a massive tourist destination, and it's probably the only real downfall. So Tikal itself was a major hub within the Mayan civilization, and at its peak during 200 AD to 900 AD, it had about 100,000 people living there. Tikal is known for its advanced architecture, astronomy knowledge, and political history, at least at its time. Now, the main features of Tikal, which you're probably seeing in the videos, are Temple 1, which is known as the Temple of the Great Jaguar. It was built as a memorial monument for the king Semuc Champey, I'm probably butchering that, which is one of the most significant rulers of Tikal, who reigned for over 50 years. Temple 2, which the king at the time built for his wife, and Temple 5, which is the tallest of all the structures there. Up on top of this one, you can literally see Guatemalan jungle for as far as the eye can see. Now, there's a couple things that made the ancient civilization of the Mayans and Tikal so interesting, to me anyway. The first being structures like this. Like the Mayans at Tikal constructed massive pyramids, palaces, ball courts, temples, which required crazy engineering and architectural skills. Like so impressive for over 2,000 years ago. Like these would be hard even today to build. Secondly, the Mayans had absolutely mind-blowing knowledge of astronomy and the stars. There's structures within Tikal that were built purely for understanding astronomy, the stars, and the time of the year. They knew when the solstices were, which allowed them to navigate their way through the jungle and life in general. This is unreal. It's I can't really wrap your head around it, to be honest. Just how old these structures are, just what life would have been like back then. Who knows? It's so crazy. It's a weird, cool feeling being here. And just knowing how much history has been and gone in this very place that I'm standing. Very blessed and lucky to be here. Thirdly is their use of agriculture and water management. Like, Tikal is so far from a natural water source, but the Mayans were able to build in intricate systems like with reservoirs, canals, etc. to build and collect and store rainwater, so they had water even during the dry season. And probably the most impressive to me is their political system. Whilst it was a dictatorship with a king being behind the reins, it's believed that everything was hierarchical yet even and fair amongst the people. Everyone worked together for a common goal and for the good of the people. Something us idiot humans of today really seem to have forgotten, and we've seemed to fuck it up consistently. And as a bonus fun fact, and this was super interesting to me, was there was very little crime between the Mayans, as they all knew that they relied on one another for survival. Crazy for a place with so many people, like in little tiny towns in Australia or in the rest of the world, there's fights and arguments amongst everyone. When there was disagreements in Tikal though, they didn't fight, they didn't kill, they played ball sports in the courtyards that they created to determine the winner of the dispute. And that, my friends, is the ancient Mayan city of Tikal, Guatemala. I'm so glad I came and did this. It's such a cool feeling being here, and I cannot recommend it enough. It's like, it's insane. Gone back in time. But that's the day done. I'm wet and sweaty. So it's time to get back on the bus, go home and drink 7 cervezas. Let's do it. Good afternoon, friends. Last night was a big one. After we got back from Tikal, we straight and got some food and then went out. Only gonna have a couple of beers, and then we said, let's go check this place out. It was just seen in that last clip. And as per usual, I got to get a bit carried away talking to the locals. And we just all hit it off, and we were going shot, beer. There was a local dude trying to set me up with his 2 twin sister-in-laws, which was flattering, but strange as fuck. Now, Jesus, this is a big story. After that happened, I met some younger guys and really hit it off with them as well. And once the club shut, I just across the road here. Once the club shut, we stayed out on the road until 2:30 in the morning, smoking ciggies, drinking beer, trying to translate between Spanish and English. And it was so much fun, and I enjoyed it. The Guatemalan people are absolutely fucking beautiful, and so welcoming, inviting, and yeah, it was a really good night. But then I got left from the group, or I left the group because I was still out drinking, and I was an idiot and didn't take a photo of the door code. So after a certain time, the door code, you need a door code to get into the hostel. I didn't have it, couldn't call anyone, and I had to climb up this. Hostel door, barbed wire fence. So I had to climb up that. I forgot to say while recording this that whilst I was coming to the realisation that I was going to have to climb over the barbed wire fence, 2 of the most flamboyant gay guys you've ever met in your life came up to me and was using Google Translate to try and get me to come back to their house and have a wine. I was thinking to myself, I'm either going to die falling on my head climbing into the hostel, or I'm going to get kidnapped by 2 gay guys from Guatemala. What a way to go.
Well, I am drunk at 3 in the morning, trying not to get stabbed by barbed wire, and trying not to fall down on my head. Fucking idiot. So, I'll know for next time, write down the fucking door code. Anyway, I survived, had a decent sleep. Now, it's a pretty shitty day today, but we're gonna go do some exploring around the Isle of Flores. It's a really cool town. I don't think I'm going to talk much, just want to do a bit of B-roll and just show you the vibe.
La persona que se va pa no volver. Seré ese rompecabezas que le faltan piezas, un vil payaso con la cara de tristeza, un rey sin reina, así me dejas. Serás esa espinita que jamás podré sacarme. No funcionó y reconocerlo da coraje, que solo en sueños te pueda tener. Difícil olvidarla a usted, con el recuerdo me conformaré. Payaso con la cara de tristeza, un rey sin reina, así me deja.
So that massive square that I just walked through with the basketball court, it is absolutely popping of a night time. I don't know if it's just because we're here on a weekend or it's all the time, but kids playing basketball till 11 o'clock at night, street food, kids lighting up fireworks. It's an absolute vibe. I'm going to call it a night on the vlog. I'm probably just going to hang out, edit some of this video, and tomorrow we are off to, I can't even remember the name of it. I'm not going to know until I look at my notes, so who knows. But I'm still not going to be able to hitchhike from here because it's a 12-hour drive to the next place and there's no towns really in between, so I just can't risk getting stuck somewhere of a night time in the middle of Guatemala, especially slow coast of Mexico. So get on a bus tomorrow, continue the journey. Everything here is a fucking nightmare. Just walked around 30 different buses trying to find my bus. The guy I booked it through had no idea who I was going with. The guy that I'm going with had no idea I was going with him, and it's just absolute chaos. By yourself, stressful. I think being with other people definitely takes the stress out of these situations, but I'm finally just about to get on a bus and start this 9, 10, 11, who knows how long hour journey. We made it. Finally. It only took 10 hours to go like 300 Ks, but we're here, checked into the hotel. It's looking pretty sick right now. So what started as an absolute shocking day turned into a pretty amazing one. The drive through the middle of Guatemala was insane. Like 12 hours went like that because there was just so much to see and look at. It was crazy, like the whole way. There's speed bumps every couple hundred meters, so the journey takes so long. There's little villages the whole way. There's not like towns everywhere, or there's big towns. The whole way there is villages like of just local people, and everyone has shops at the front of the house. Like every single house has shops where they're selling like chips and drinks and stuff. It's crazy. What else can I tell you? Then when we stopped for lunch, this young guy, I wish I got it on camera, this young guy came up to me and we were translating in Spanish. Hola amigos, I have 2 girlfriends. I need your advice because you look like you're wise with the ladies. Again, flattering, but completely wrong. No wisdom with the ladies whatsoever. But my advice to him was, brother, you have 2 girlfriends. I can't even handle one. I can't help you. But the drive from there into Lanquin, I'll put it up on the map where I am at the moment. I'm literally in the middle of the fucking Guatemalan jungle. But the drive here was so beautiful. Like almost makes you emotional, beautiful. That could be the fact that I've had 4 hours sleep each night for the last 6 nights though as well. But absolutely stunning. This is like, this drive here and being here has just increased my opinion of Guatemala so much so far. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like nothing else I've ever really seen. Buenos dias, amigos. I am in the little tiny Mayan town of Lanquin in the middle of the Guatemalan jungle. You can see it. You probably can't see much from here. I've done well and I've picked another shocking day to come to one of these places, but it is what it does. You know, we just make do. But as I was saying, Lanquin is a tiny little traditional Mayan town in the Guatemalan jungle. Now what we're going to see today is Semuc Champey. So it's just like a nature reserve that the Mayan people would have used for hunting, for fishing and all this stuff. And I believe there's some caves that we're going for a tour in. There's some like these beautiful cascading turquoise pools, cliff jumping, just a big water nature reserve. Now in the traditional Mayan language, Semuc Champey means the river that hides the mountains.
All right. Good morning. Natural candy. Todo el chocolate del mundo. Más tarde vas a ver niños haciendo tontería. Long time ago, Mayan people used this one for writing and also for eating. Look, you can open, just push down. Inside there has a red beans. Look at me. You smash in your fingers. Natural color. Simba. Somebody wanna do that one? Yoo-hoo-hoo!
I'm on the face paint, but I don't know if I got it on camera before, but when we were coming in here, there was just like little kids on school holidays, absolutely hustling, trying to sell us chocolates, trying to sell us drinks, trying to sell us shoes, and it's just like, it's such a different life over here compared to Western countries, Australia. Like, kids that age are inside playing PlayStation, playing Fortnite and shit. These kids are out here hustling, trying to make money, because they have to. Probably not by choice, but they need to make money for themselves, make money for their family, and they've all got the biggest smiles on their face ever. And it's just such a perspective shift being here and seeing life like this. And I don't know if they're lucky or unlucky. We're definitely more privileged, but that maybe in a sense they're lucky to just not have the stuff because they appreciate everything so much more. It's a beautiful place. I absolutely love it here.
Let's do this shit.
I don't think I would have got much of that on camera because it was so fucking dark, but that was unreal. Just deep river through the cave, clearly where Semuc Champey gets its name. River that hides the mountains, or whatever it is.
But that was so sick, but so scary at the same time. Pretty well a 20-minute vertical journey, but I think it's worth it. All the Guatemalan people were spinning out because I'm doing it barefoot, all pointing, whispering to themselves. But that is Semuc Champey. I keep butchering the name, but absolutely beautiful. I'm going back down now. I'm gonna go for a swim. Catch up with you later for some cerveza. Adios. Successful day. Exploring Lan Quinn. Cerveza time. Salud. See you tomorrow.